We'll see. What do you think about the rug? Do you notice the rug?
I like the rug. It looks good.
It ties the room together.
You know what? It does tie the room together. What actually ties the room together for me is the Italian flag.
Yeah. It had nowhere else to be. So I was like, you know what? Throw her up.
You could just not put one up, but I know that's impossible.
Yeah, it's right.
You want to hear something crazy? Because like Thanksgiving's coming up, so it's making me think of this. Is that because you got the Italian flag up? My mom is an Irish, English, German woman whose family's been in America for a long time, and she, for Thanksgiving every year, cooks lasagna for no reason. She's not. It's great. It's good, but like, I don't know why she does that. She must have fell in love with an Italian man.
I was gonna say I didn't want to say this about your mother because I respect you and probably your mother, but she definitely had some good lasagna one day, and I was like, "Oh, this makes me feel it, like all the good feelings." Man.
Tony Senior got her.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I respect just lasagna though. She doesn't do anything else.
No, she'll do just like it'll be like lasagna and then just regular, which is a crazy thing. She'll do this is something only white people can put on their plate without shame. Is lasagna, stuffing, cranberries? It's crazy.
What? Oh, dude, that is really odd that she does the rest of it. Lasagna is basically the turkey for her.
Yeah, she loves cooking it, and we don't complain because it's.
I like how she's like, yeah, Thanksgiving, but sub the turkey for lasagna.
Yeah, she don't. It's like, no, turkey, we don't need to do that. Like anytime we have like a big get together of like food. My mom's throwing out the lasagna.
Okay, I mean, obviously. Come on, I mean, I love that. I love that. Yeah, that. But I love that. She's gonna exchange 100% protein item for 100% carb
for
item.
more carbs and fat and cheese.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, get that gross bird out of my kitchen.
She does it right. She uses a meat sauce, so there's still protein in it.
That's fine. I mean, it's absolutely fine. Just there's a lot more in the whole turkey.
I know.
Yeah, it's like if you traded like fish for like cake.
Yeah, but turkey is dog shit.
It is. Can we start with that? I think turkey's so overrated.
By the way, if turkey isn't overrated when it's a smoked turkey breast, that's delicious. But
that's fair. Respect to the smoked turkey breast. Cheers.
To smoked turkey
shout
breast.
out.
Yeah, but everything else on that bird is ass.
It is ass, and I really don't think it was meant to be killed. It feels like it was a bird that was probably in a plethora at some point in time.
It does look like it looks beautiful, but in reality, there's other birds shaped like that. It does look like a ghetto peacock. It should get shot.
Maybe we don't need to eat it, but it should be shot. Is what you're saying. We don't need any more. It would probably invasive. At one point they're probably invasive, and they're like, y'all want to mess a couple of these up and eat a bunch of other shit? And they're like, yeah, let's do it.
They were just everywhere.
That had to be it.
They were no, literally. Like if you know anything about like that, dude. They were just animals when people first came here.
Tons
everywhere. They were everywhere. Like you couldn't even like walk. Like people would talk about this. They'd be like, I walked 20 feet, and there was like 1 million bison. Like there was animals everywhere.
It had to be
turkeys.
Was that exciting? Or was that terrifying? What was it like? I guess that's how people learn how to build fences.
I mean, I think it was still hard because a lot of them still starved to death. But nonetheless.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Just think about like feral animals just roaming around. Like imagine if just turkeys were just like crossing the roads all the time.
I mean, my ideal life is like I would have no problem living in an environment where like there's like 50 people in a village. We all hang out. There's stuff to do. There's like a pseudo sort of like pub because I like to get fucked up. I still want to live like the same life I live in downtown St. Pete, but like 400 years ago, which means I still want a place to get fucked up. Okay. I would like to be by the water somehow, and we'd probably be by a creek. That whole thing. Still do that.
Sounds like a cult.
And then you could just walk out. You just walk outside the village.
Do you want to join a cult?
Dodge some natives, and then
why don't you just start a cult?
Shoot a turkey.
Just start a cult.
No, it's too much.
It sounds like your cult is really surrounded by one thing. It's like, hey, we're all gonna live together, 50 of us, but we're gonna have one sweet little dive bar that we get to hang out at. That's kind of cool because you literally have one bar that 50 person bar. I could live with that. They're not everyone's gonna be there every day. One bar, 50 people, one community. That's like a reality TV show. Actually,
I think the thing that like turns me off about the cult is that it does devolve into. I would like to do a cult that actually does good things, but I know myself. Like I would be like, I'm actually going to put a conceited effort. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And within 6 months, I would be fucking everybody's wife. There's nothing. I would try not to at first. I would put my best foot forward.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard. Imagine just
it's got to be once the power gets to you. Once you realize the power of the cult, then you start going, it's just one wife.
Dude, people wear you down. You know, it's like at first you might be like, no, but then it's just like a whole bunch of women that are like, you're God, let me suck you, and you're just like, no. And then one night you're at your little tavern that you made. You built the tavern and everybody like that, and some ladies got you just get worn down.
Yeah, I think that's probably every cult leader's like ending. Like you never heard a good cult ending story because I think what happens is you get the power. They come on to you, and then you can't just abandon the cult. I mean, you made these people promises, so you just become evil. You're like, my only choice is to become evil, basically, out of this.
That's actually crazy because one of the best ones is like, I don't know the guy's name, the guy who started the Amish community.
Yeah.
So he started the Amish community. His name was literally like, I believe, now I might be wrong. People can correct me on this. I think his name was like Jacob Amish, like literally. His name was literally like something like that. And then as he got years into it, he was like, no, we got to stop doing this. And somebody was like, fuck no, and like kicked him out, and he left, and they just took it over, and it became its own thing.
I'd love to check that out. We should do a whole episode on Amish people one day.
Well, the reason why I'm telling you this is I watched 10 minutes of a podcast with a woman crying who was like, I left the Amish community and now let me tell you the history. And it was actually super cool to like hear her talk about it. But I'm just telling you what she said. She could be wrong.
She's probably a liar, honestly. She probably loves turkey for Thanksgiving, which we were not eating. No, we might eat that. But anyway, no, dude, let's talk real quick. I want to talk about just like some like go-to Thanksgiving moves to start. Because you were like romanticizing a little bit about like the just like, I don't know, peaceful fat feeling you get. Like on Thanksgiving, like
I could be an absolute animal for no reason.
Just
people don't care.
There's no judgment. If there's judgment, that person should be shot and taken outside.
I'm literally cooking I'm doing turkey. Unfortunately, I wish I was doing like ham or something, but I'm doing turkey because they were on sale.
Well, how can you pass that up?
Couldn't pass it up. There was $6 turkeys.
In this economy,
yeah, $6 turkeys. I bought $6 turkeys, and but I'm literally cooking turkey. And then like maybe 10 other sides for just me and my father.
Hell yeah.
That's it. We were supposed to go to like a whole thing, and I was like going to bring a bunch of food and stuff like that, but that got canceled because, maybe it didn't get canceled. Maybe we just got uninvited. I don't know.
I feel like the thing never existed, and you're just like, let's just pretend we're going somewhere else so we could buy all the food just for us. And then I'm like, oh no, it got canceled. I guess we have to eat all the food.
No. I got text message proof. Someone texted me.
Okay, all right.
That was just like, here, I'll tell you about Thanksgiving plans. And okay. Yeah, and then it got canceled.
Well, all right. So on your day after, what does your sandwich look like? Because everybody knows about the sandwich. What do you do on your sandwich?
I don't even like go sandwich.
No sandwich. Hot take. I go sandwich, but yeah, my sandwich is simple. You get a turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry, and that's it. Mayo on the bread. Gotta have mayo on the bread.
Good.
Yeah, basic but good.
There's just a lot of things to put on 2 slices. That's like a sub. You got to put it on like a sub roll.
It is a disaster. It is a mess. It falls all over the place. Oh, and there's gravy on it, so it's just absolutely squeezing through your fingers. And if you try to eat it like laying sideways in bed, like you're getting cranberry sauce in the sheets.
You know how I would eat that? I would eat that like as an open face sandwich. So instead of sandwiching it, you get like double sandwich because you put bread out, you toast the bread, put that on the bottom with a little bit of mayo, then you just stack everything on top of that, and then you do that with the other slice on the plate, and then you have like
Maybe it should be an as you go sandwich. So kind of like when you're eating like cheese and crackers, and you kind of stack like a charcuterie board, and you like maybe you should make a charcuterie Thanksgiving, and then you just make these like stacks. Because that would get fat quick. Because you start doing some nasty combos.
Oh, it'd be horrific. I just keep eating cold food out the fridge. I don't even reheat it.
Oh, during after Thanksgiving. Yeah. No, I know that move too.
I do full cold plates.
Yeah, I've done. I there's a category of Thanksgiving leftovers called cold plates.
Yeah.
Like the cold case files, but like, what's your cold plate look like? I mean, is there anything you can't put on a cold? I know the cold plate. I've done the cold plate before.
Yeah, it does look like a crime scene, but it's like anything can go on the cold plate. I love cold food. Texturally, I like it. I like the cold.
That's fine.
I to be honest with you, I would eat almost any meal cold out the fridge.
That's really too much. Actually, now it's getting weird. It wasn't weird. Now it's weird. This is an everyday thing.
I literally don't give a fuck about eating hot food. A lot of people are like, a lot of people are like, oh, like I love like a hot meal. You know, I'm just like, tastes good. That is the parameter.
Is that fat or is?
No, it's like people back in the day were like, oh, thank God for a hot meal because they didn't have refrigeration. I'm like the fact that I can eat a cold meal whenever I want is like would blow most people's minds throughout all of history.
I mean, clearly my mind is because it's not a patience thing though. You're not like because that would make it a fat thing if it was a patience thing.
It might be.
You're like, I'm so hungry. I just want it now. I don't have 30 seconds to let it heat up.
I've never thought about it deeply, but it might be the quickest vehicle for me to get it in my mouth. Yeah. Just the quickest way for me to eat it. It might be. That might be true. I might enjoy it just because I'm like, oh, this skips a step.
Anything to get it there faster.
Cold pasta, cold whatever.
Dude, one time I did
I don't care.
I had it was like either night of Thanksgiving or night after Thanksgiving. I got absolutely hammered. Come home at my parents' house and I made like 4 plates of food. Fall asleep in bed immediately right away with all the food next to me. And I woke up in the morning to my mom waking me up, asking me if everything's okay. And I was like, yeah, why? Because my back was turned there. She's like, because there's food all over your bed. And I turn around and look. Not a single plate was disrupted. I didn't even move. I slept so perfectly next to the food. Just
were you hammered or was this just a full fat?
Hammered.
You were just like, I just want to eat in my bed.
Yep. And then I passed out before I started eating and just left all the food in place in the bed. Didn't spill or anything. And I ate it. Then I ate it when I woke up.
By the way, people do something like that. What's crazy is you did that and you were like, it's kind of embarrassing, and then you just blew that off and kept drinking. You never even thought about it. People do that and then go to AA and cry in front of 50 people. And they're like, I can't believe I had a one night. It was so crazy. I got hammered. I fucking passed out, and just all the food in the fridge was in my bed, and I knew I needed to make a change, and you just went like, damn, that's crazy, and brushed that off, and just like kept it moving.
I ate the food in the bed, still. I was like, it's still good. I'm not going to get rid of this. It's only a couple hours old. Yeah, dude. That is, imagine someone listening to this, be like, I bet you think it's funny, don't you?
Yeah.
That guy also probably crashed his car into the garage before he just did the food thing. That was just the icing on the cake for the pee that was like all over his wife as well.
I will say I caught myself. This was last week. I was eating food in my bed.
Yeah.
And I caught myself. I was eating mac and cheese.
Okay.
In my bed. I heated it up. It was like not even good mac and cheese. They had this. They had like a BOGO deal of the prepackaged mac and cheese. You get out like the cold section.
Yeah,
so
obviously cold section. Yeah.
I did microwave this. I did take it
because you had to because it was ice. It was ice cold.
No. It was it's refrigerator temperature.
Okay.
I did take a bite of it cold just to see if I could.
Of course you did. Yeah.
Just see if I could go for it, and I was like, nah. I put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
I put it in the microwave, but I did catch myself. I was eating food in my bed with like. This is the picture. You know how like a woman like is like reading a good book with her feet up, like kicking. I was eating mac and cheese on my belly. With my feet up, just like no, with my feet up in the air, just like doing
like behind
this.
you,
just like doing that.
Oh man, that would be a sight to see. That would be such a sight to see, dude.
With my shirt off in my underwear, just like
I haven't laid like that.
I was in lingerie, basically eating mac and cheese. I was in basically. I was in my underwear.
Hey, there's a market for this out there. There are other people that
there are women that love to just feed fat men.
yeah. I bet there's tons of women just waiting to feed you.
Call me.
Yeah, give them a call. Should we put an ad out for you? Like, we'll eat mac and cheese in your bed and kick my little feet.
I've heard about it. I've heard like other big dudes be like, I went on a date with this woman and like her requirement was like, I'll buy the food. You just got to eat it. Like I've heard this, but I've never found one of these people. I've always wanted to find it. And they were like,
Are you big enough? Like, that sounds like, you don't look disgusting. Like there's a bigger version of you I could think of where maybe that's where you need to get to.
But I'm on like the cusp. Like I'm on the cusp. If I gain 10 more pounds, you'll be like, this is crazy. But right now I'm on the cusp. Like I could turn it around.
Yeah.
I could turn this around and within 8 months be the hottest version of myself.
Maybe that big woman looks at you right now and goes, He's too
They're
close.
not big women. They're like attractive.
Oh, and they just want to see you eat?
They're
Dude,
attractive
stop.
young women. It's a fucked up
Stop.
fetish. I've heard about like you've
There's
never
no
heard
way.
of this?
No,
this
I've
is
ne-
real, dude.
There's attractive women that are force feeding men.
yeah,
out
like
there.
fat dudes.
So
just
do you
eating feed.
think
it's called
that-
feeding? It's like
Is Thanksgiving
and they're
their,
called
like-
they're called feeders. Yeah.
Is Thanksgiving like their wet dream? Like that's got to be the best night ever. Just watch a lot of fat men eat at a table.
I don't know.
Think about like one of these women with one of those fetishes, like from the Midwest. Like that's just got to be so hot on Thanksgiving. Wait, how do you? Is there a website for this? Can we look that up? Is there like a site for feeder ladies? Because I mean, what's weird about that to the eater?
To the person eating, you're just like
I'm just eating. Like
I'm just like hanging out with a woman, and maybe she'll suck my dick, and I'll eat a steak. Like,
yeah, yeah. I don't mind. Worst case scenario, I'm full. At the end of this,
no,
yeah.
worst case scenario is you're objectively like because like it's gonna be you're like I'm done, and then they're gonna be like
More.
You ain't done yet,
More,
and they're gonna and you're just gonna be like, oh,
yeah, no more, and that's what,
I only suck you if you throw up.
Maybe their whole thing is they want you so big that they could just press your belly and just
I think
watch you explode.
Yeah, something like that. They just want you so big they could like just get inside. They could just get inside you. Just be like,
I think they want to make you throw. I think they want to make you throw up. Like
Yeah,
they want to push your belly like it's like Legends of the Hidden Temple. And
Yeah.
just they're like weird pimple popper people basically.
Which, by the way, I do watch.
Oh, dude, that's disgusting.
What,
I
the
can't-
pimple popping?
You're laying in bed, kicking your feet, eating mac and cheese. That's cold.
I'm watching Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh God, this sounds so hot for somebody else. Not
That's
me,
actually
though.
that's actually not what I'm doing. I'm in bed. I'm in bed. I'm in bed eating mac and cheese in my underwear with my feet up, kicking them, watching videos of car crashes on Instagram.
I mean, somehow that made it better.
Yeah.
Like everything else taken into consideration, that made it a lot better.
I'm just
actually.
like watching people die. Just like
Yeah.
just like,
Well, as you're killing yourself.
yeah,
Anyway,
absolutely.
feeders. Let's find a feeder. And maybe
Let's find Alec a feeder.
let's find Alec a feeder. That'll be a recurring trend of the podcast. Has Alec found a feeder yet? I don't know.
No, not yet.
I guess there's not even a reason to do an intro at this point. We're just rolling. We're ripping.
Yeah.
We're in the new podcast studio for those who have followed and are still maybe listening at this point.
We are. We got the three things necessary.
Yeah.
We got random carpet.
Yep.
We got Italian flag,
Yeah.
and we got books.
And books.
I mean, yeah,
That's basically all you need for a podcast studio.
yeah, that's all we
And
need.
what's important is the fridge is unplugged. You got to unplug the
You gotta
fridge.
unplug the fridge because even though that this is a professional podcast studio, there is a kitchen close by. So you have to unplug the fridge and shut off the air conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's super professional though. Besides those things, I'm sure Joe Rogan's got to turn off his fridge too once in a while because it makes too much noise.
Did you unplug the fridge?
Yeah.
Jamie? Can you
Yeah,
unplug the fridge?
hey Jamie, unplug that fridge. Thanks. So it's episode 12. Alec Horowitz. We are thinking Thanksgiving right now. This is something I've wanted to talk about, of just people who end up at Thanksgiving dinners that are like your least favorite person. And it doesn't have to be like a specific like aunt or uncle in a family, just like a character, like somebody who gets invited and you're like, who is this person again? And I'll start with one. I think it's like when a distant relative brings a significant other who is not social at all, and they just kind of stand there. And they're really like who's the guy over there that isn't talking to anybody again? That person creeps me out because they don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't want to be there, and they don't. Every time someone tries to talk to them, they're like, "Boom, shut it down, like quick." They eat really plain too. Like their plate looks like the saddest plate at Thanksgiving. Like that person I've seen at Thanksgiving, they suck, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's because you stand there like. By the way, I have been this person. I've just had too much anxiety. I'm just like anxious about the situation. I'm like, I don't know why I'm here. Usually a girl brings you to the situation.
Oh.
And like the whole family is like doing the family thing, and you're like there. And then also too like you're in your brain because you're like, dude, I could be the most fun person. Like I could turn it up and I could be like, I could be the most fun person here, no problem. You know, you're just going to hang out with a woman's family who's usually boring. And then Like you could, but then you don't want to fuck it up. You want to come back over. You don't want to put her in a bad spot. So like less is more.
I see what you're saying.
You have to sit there and you got to be awkward. You have to sit there and just, thank you.
See, no, I bring the ruckus. I'm trying to cause a scene. I want to maybe get kicked out. That hasn't happened, but that's like, so what I do if everyone is occupied, so you find yourself in space and you're like, all right, where do I go? She's talking to people, whatever. You got to kind of like, you got the puck in your hand. You're like, where do I send it? Go find older ladies. If you go find older ladies, they'll talk. And they'll start figuring things out about you and whatever. At least it's social.
Yeah, because they ask the right questions, you know, and they ask questions in the right way. Like you can't go and by the way, you have to go like older lady. You have to go grandma.
The oldest lady you can find.
You have to find the oldest
and
lady
work your way
find.
backwards.
Yeah, and it's nice if she's a little bit of a flirt because she'll hit you with some compliments. She'll be like,
absolutely.
I can't like you must do so good with the ladies, this and that.
Oh,
so they'll boost your ego. Yeah. The worst is salty aunt.
Oh,
it's like
salty
salty aunt that'll be like, "We'll just be a bitch."
She's gonna talk over you. Like you start answering her question, then she interrupts. Oh, I can just hear it right now.
She's like, "I love that for you." Like, shut up.
Yeah, you don't love that for me. I know you're gonna talk shit about it later. Yeah. You're already thinking shit about what you just said.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be like, "Yeah, you're here a lot." But here's the thing. You can't tell that person because you're new to the family.
Yeah.
As much as they would love it, you can't tell that person after they've said some shit about you and go, "Well, I see you're here alone," and they. You can't do that. You can't do that. It would fuck the whole vibe up. Everybody would love it, but the problem is that woman doesn't shut up when that happens to her. She makes a scene. She starts crying. Yep. Experience. It's a whole. It becomes a whole problem, and then your girlfriend's yelling at you. She's like, "I know she's a bitch." I was like, "You told me on the way here for 15 minutes that you hate this bitch.
Yes,
you hate her so much." And I went out, died on my sword.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like, I was telling you that so you didn't do it in there. But you know what's it just sucks when you go to a thing and you're meeting, like, let's call her Aunt Jane for some reason. Because I don't have an Aunt Jane, so let's just go with that.
Yeah.
And like and you're prepped on her. You're like, oh, she's not going to be good. And then like afterwards, like the whole time you're there, you're just like, I can't wait to explain how much I dislike this person, like in the car ride home. Like that's one of my favorite. I kind of like that moment of like analyzing everybody, then creating a list of either like pros and cons of somebody. Like, yeah, so this person's cool. They just smell terrible. And like, is that a thing? Do they always smell bad? I love that. That's one of my favorite things about being a guest.
Yeah, I went to a Thanksgiving. This was a girl I was dating, and I went to a Thanksgiving like party, like get together, and one of her cousins was there, and I loved her cousin because he loved to like go for a walk and smoke a blunt.
Yeah. Well, how can you not like that guy?
And I was just like, I love that. But there was nobody else there that wanted to go on a walk with him, so I went on the walk. Mm-hmm. And then everybody in the family knew he smoked blunts. So then I got shit for going out and smoke with him, and they all knew I was high as shit when I came back. Of course I was high as shit. But I hated, this is the thing about being that person out when you're coming to like a random party, is like I couldn't do what I wanted to do.
That too.
I couldn't live my life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at a party to like not live my life. I got to sit there and watch TV. Like why am I here? I can't hang out. I can't have... You know, obviously I can't get hammered and be a mess, but why can't I throw a few back?
That sucks. I feel like that's like entrapment.
Yeah, why can't I throw a few back? It's not my fault your dad's an alcoholic. That's not my problem.
Yeah, I like to just, get fucked up on my own time. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like, that's kind of how it's supposed to be. That sounds like entrapment, that the blunt situation.
Yeah.
Where like everybody knows that person does it, and then no one was like, hey, Alec, don't go do that with them because everybody judges him when he comes back. And like, you got set up for failure is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, and they all loved him. By the way, but I was
I
was supposed to be.
They let him off the hook?
They left him off the hook.
And then
this is something that came out after she told me. She was like, my family knew that you went out and smoked a blunt with him, blah, 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 blah.
But they love him?
Yeah, they love him.
So he's got some sort of exemption?
Yeah.
For some reason?
Because he's a loser. He got an exemption because he's a bum. It's the
they're
bum
just happy
exemption.
He's around.
He's just happy he's not. They're just happy he hasn't OD'd yet. And he's the best part of the whole family. Like there's nobody else a part of that family that's worth hanging out with. Yeah. Everyone else sucks. Her dad was the best, but the dad wasn't allowed to drink anymore in front of the family because when he would drink, he would talk about how he didn't cheat on his wife when he definitely did. And and it just became like a whole mess. And I had to sit there and like not have the time of my life because it was like this whole group of people were like hanging out, trying not to like keeping the collar button, but they all wanted to. Yeah. They all wanted to unbutton it.
Yeah.
But nobody would because there were a couple fucking old bats there that couldn't keep their fucking mouth shut.
Oh, damn, dude. It's funny that it's not even that this dude's an alcoholic, which, you know, I sympathize with that. But when he gets drunk, it's the things he says. And specifically, it's that he doesn't. His thing is that he does not cheat on his wife. And everybody's like, "Come on, we know you fucking do."
No, he got caught. And then here's the best part.
And then when he gets drunk, he lies to everybody and says he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
That's so awful.
He said he didn't do it. He was like, I didn't do it. And by the way, everybody believed him. He was so cool. Like,
that's why
he was such a good dude. He was such a good dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, I bet he's great. I mean, he sounds like a ton of fun. Is really what he sounds like. It just sounds like he finally had to like. It was probably either me or the booze. It had to be an ultimatum. That had to be the reason he gave up.
It was me or the booze.
Yeah. R.I.P. to that guy.
And by the way, if he would have made more money, he would have been like, "Fuck it, get the fuck out of my life." But it's just like that's the thing, you know.
He was hamstrung by the shackles of
the financial burden of capitalism.
Oh my god! All right, dude, I love that guy. Let's send him like a little care package of alcohol,
dude. Just send him Moscow mules.
Yeah. If only we could. I want to know where this guy is, and I want to just like break into his vehicle and put a bottle of alcohol in there for him, and just be like, hey, you know,
he'd be fine. He wouldn't drink it when he drove, but he would definitely drink it when he got home.
Yeah, just so when he's got some, when he's got some time alone, be like, hey, buddy, this one's on me. No, that's bad. I wouldn't enable an alcoholic. Sorry.
No, if I saw him, because he's not an alcoholic. The homie just loves to throw a few back because it's
his behavior once he drinks.
It's not even that bad. You know, to be quite honest with you, he was the funnest guy. He was the funnest guy in the family. Man. He was the best. He was the best, dude.
I'd audit that. He would get
hammered. He would get hammered and just like run. Like his two favorite activities were to drink and run.
Outside?
Yeah. He would actually run crazy miles.
While he was drinking?
Yeah. This guy, not while he was drinking.
Why is this guy an animal?
Absolute animal.
Oh, that was the alarm that was supposed to go off on Sunday. I don't know. I don't know how that went off tonight.
You fucked up. You missed something.
Yeah, so I screwed something up there. All right. Well, those are some interesting people there. Good talk. I like that. If I think of another person, like another, but I'm glad now that I think about it, we've both been strangers at a Thanksgiving, and also have like analyzed that there is kind of a playbook to it. You do kind of have to like figure out, like you have to read the defense a little bit and kind of figure out how do you like maneuver your way through. And sometimes you do ultimately end up being like, I'm a corner guy. Like I don't have any belonging here.
Well, it's all about who's
I usually end up by the candy bowl. I'll just eat a lot of candy until people start asking me, why is he eating so much candy?
Well, you got to ask, it's like someone is bringing you to this. And what you need to know is all right, who are you to this family?
Yes. Who are you?
Yeah. Objectively, you need to know, who are you to this family? Are you like the piece of shit member of the family? Because if you are, I can get away with more. Mm-hmm. And they will be like, yo, this is like a positive. This is better than the crackheads that this motherfucker was hanging out with.
Yes.
You know, so you can get away with so much, and they'll love you. Mm-hmm. They'll love you. They'll be like a positive influence. And you would have gotten hammered at a party in front of people for the first time, and they'll be like, this guy's a positive influence for him because at least he's not smoking crack.
Yeah.
So it's like, but if you can be on your best behavior, but, you know, if you're with the goody two-shoes angel of the family, bro, there's no winning. No matter what you do.
No
matter what you do.
Yeah. It is kind of, it depends who you come with, too.
Yeah.
It's a big dynamic. I mean, people should really discuss their playbook more post-Thanksgiving, like in videos. That would be interesting to me. If, like, here's the scenario I'm walking into. And it's like, all right, man, how do you navigate that? Like, how do you get over, all right, so there's an alcoholic relative, can't drink in front of them, but you can drink, just not in front of them. Like, all right, noted, like, got to, that might mean like a red cup or something like that. Who knows? Yeah. It could be a bunch of things. And then you're like, okay, like there is somebody with like, a wooden leg, and you got to make sure you don't talk to them about the leg because they're sensitive about the leg. Like just like, what are you going in? I would love to know what people are going into. I think that's what's maybe the most interesting.
Yeah, like, because
it's war. It's kind of like war.
Yeah, I need to know the family drama. Who broke up? Who got back together? Who cheated on who? Who did this? Who did that? You need all that information. Yeah. Because they have all that.
They do.
They have all that. Mm-hmm. You can't go up to somebody and like just be a little too much with them when you're just like, fuck, I didn't realize. I was joking about him. I was like, this is an attractive man. Looks like he's fucking. And it's just like, he is. He's fucking everybody but his wife. And And you gotta know. You gotta keep it. You have to know what's going on.
You know what wins people over at a Thanksgiving when you're not like you're a guest at is if you start eating stuff right away. Like whatever like crackers and snacks are out. Like if you start going for it and just making it, people like that on Thanksgiving.
Oh, people like people who eat. Yes. No shame.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes them feel better.
I think when they see you, they probably go, not too much. Like save some for everybody else, Alec.
Yeah, people. What I like to do is I like to get the party going.
Yeah.
You know, I like to be like, yo, let's get you bring some for somebody else. They're like, I ate already. You just bring them a plate.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You just put it down in front of them.
So now you're a giver. You're an eater and a giver, and they're like, who's this guy?
It's not my food. I'm making plates for people of other people's food.
Meanwhile, you're like each plate you make, you're like throwing one down, dude.
One of my favorite things to do is when like no one's in the kitchen. They got like finger food. Mm-hmm. You go like no one's looking. You go one for my mouth. One for the plate.
Oh yeah, one for the mouth. One because it's basically one for the road as you're making your plate. Because I need to be chewing while I'm walking.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna take one off the plate. And at that point, I just wasted space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't.
I had the opportunity. These things are good. I like jalapeno poppers.
Oh yeah. I love one for the mouth, one for the plate. That's great. And then you could go two for the mouth. For a jalapeno popper, probably.
Yeah, see, the problem is you need to get it down. You can't have like a mouth. You can't have like a mouthful. Yeah. Because then people are like, "What the fuck? Is he eating out of?"
He's eating and he's walking.
He's eating out of the food. He's eating out of the containers.
Oh my god, dude! Let's do I really want to do a Thanksgiving item draft. We both get 5 items for Thanksgiving, and you're the guest. I'll let you pick first, snake style. You pick 1, I pick 2, and then. You pick 2, and then I pick 2, right? Like back and forth, basically. Let's just go back and forth. Let's go back and forth.
Of just things you want at the Thanksgiving meal?
Yeah, it's your pick, and we can't have the same stuff. So like, with like your 1-1 pick, you can go like turkey.
Number 1 pick overall?
Yeah, you get the number 1 pick overall.
Sweet potato casserole.
Woo!
That's number 1 pick. It's coming in hot.
Honestly,
because here's the thing.
Damn,
it's
a good pick.
It's like on the plate with the regular food, but it's also dessert. It's a 2-way player. It's playing offense and defense.
It's like Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
It's Deion Sanders. Like it's Bo Jack. I don't know who else is a 2-way player. Charles Woodson, was he? It's definitely Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like that is the 2-way player. That's like man, that is good because it's perfect on the plate with the savory that you're crushing too, and oh man, it's such a good pick, man. And you can eat that like as a leftover. You could be like, oh sweet, there's sweet potato casserole. Like that's like a dessert at that point in time. Yeah, you know. So maybe the best pick of the draft. That I don't even know how you compete with that, but I'm gonna try my best. And I'm gonna go with one. I think that is just it's like the glue. I think of Thanksgiving. Okay. I think this is. Every single Thanksgiving plate's got a little bit of this on it. It's mashed potatoes. I think it's mashed potatoes. There's nobody that doesn't like it. Everyone's like, I'll at least have a little bit.
Yeah.
So mashed potatoes is just
potatoes 1 and 2 in the draft.
Yeah, potatoes high in the draft. Maybe the Irish had some influence in this.
Potatoes 1 and 2 in the draft. That's nice. I like that. Because here's the thing about mashed potatoes. It's the same thing with sweet potato casserole. It's more broad than you think. Like there's so many different ways to make it. You can make it more sweet. You can make it less sweet.
Yep.
Now here's the thing with like the mashed potatoes. You go garlic, no garlic. Yeah. You go creamy. You could go chunky.
Yep.
Like there's so many different ways. You go cheesy.
Yeah.
You could go cheesy potatoes. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. And the mashed potato, it also acts as like an additive to everything you eat. Like you get a bite of turkey, mashed potatoes on it. You get what you were saying, sweet potato casserole. Get a little regular mashed potatoes in there too. Like who cares? Why not, dude? It's very versatile. First, it is one side of the ball.
And by the way, mashed potatoes can also slop up gravies, peas, corn, whatever else you got. You can mix it like
it's kind of like
it is a glue. You were right. It is a glue. It holds things together.
It's kind of like the offensive line. You know, I'd say if we're talking like football positions, like mashed potatoes, everything starts from the O-line, starts up front, and I think it kind of starts there. It's one side of the ball.
Mashed potatoes are hard-nosed. Like they're just like they're clearing lanes.
Yeah,
they're doing what they need to do.
Is it that pretty looking? Not really. It's just white. But
it is beautiful.
Yeah, but there's something like you really just love and respect. You see it, you feel safe. You're like, I know what's going on. Yeah,
like this is a good place.
That's a good number. I think that's a good second pick. Out of respect for Thanksgiving in general.
Yeah. Now, so what do I get? 2 picks?
Well, if anything, let's just go back and forth.
Let's go back and forth. So another thing. All right, so we got potatoes coming in number 1.
Yeah.
Potatoes coming in number 2.
Yeah.
And I'm not
No
gonna
way.
shake it up. I'm gonna go potatoes number 3.
Wow, we're going. What? This is unseen before, but go ahead. Yeah,
It's a little fancier, but it's easy to make. Potatoes au gratin.
okay.
That's
That's a different potato.
just a different type of potato.
Absolutely. Because
Sliced
the
potatoes
judges,
with cheese.
what do the judges think? Yeah, the judges say that's okay.
Yeah.
The judges say that's fine. That is delicious.
Yeah.
That is wonderful, by the way. It's maybe a little less on the versatile side, but on the flavor profile side, probably better, like overall, you would say, right? I mean, it's just like a great texture. And when the potato is cooked perfect, it's like not too soft, not too hard. It's just, it knocks it out of the park.
Here's the thing. You put that on the table, all right? It's relatively simple to make. It's not hard. The hardest part about it is waiting for it to be done.
Yeah.
That's just like waiting because you know what's coming because it is so delicious. But you put that on a plate.
Yep.
You put that on a plate. You put that on the table. People walk in and go, I had no idea he was going all out. You know what I mean?
And you just sliced potatoes.
Yeah, it's a respect factor.
Yeah.
People see that and go, I didn't know he could do that. Like, people had no idea.
Yeah.
So you're throwing them for a loop. Like, they're like, I didn't know this guy had it in him.
There's an effort factor to it for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. I like that one. That's a good pick. I gotta say though, I'm not gonna stick to the trend. I do have to break the streak. I think though, in the history books, people will look at this draft and say, "Wow, 3 potatoes in the
Yeah.
first 3 picks. Like
Yeah.
that's just unheard of before."
But by the way, that just shows you the versatility of potatoes.
It does.
And how good potatoes are on the Thanksgiving. Like,
Yeah.
like they are dominant. They're dominant. Here's the thing. They're not dominant player. They're a dominant program. They're like Alabama.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
producing. They're
Yeah.
producing top dishes. They're just producing first round picks year after year.
Yep. And there's no sign of it slowing up. Like it just you start thinking like, man, what other meals do I have? A lot of meals have potatoes in it, and it's like, holy shit, dude. They kind of run the world, the potatoes. So yeah,
So good.
shout out to potatoes. This is a good first start. I'm gonna go something interesting here because I think when it's done right, it's a very Thanksgiving side to have. There's arguably stuff better than this, but to me, when it's done right at a Thanksgiving, man, nothing tastes better than that, and it's broccoli and cheese. Love a broccoli and cheese, man. I think because sometimes it's a little bit more like ground and like crushed up. Sometimes there's bigger chunks of broccoli in there. You could tell when someone used like real fresh cheddar cheese or someone just American cheese the top of it. There's usually like some sort of goo that's between the cheese and the broccoli. I don't know what that is because I haven't made it. And then the top's got the breadcrumbs on it. It's a pretty dynamite part of the dish that you don't see at a lot of other dinners. That's why I like it.
It's also sneaky, which I like, right? It's like something you put on the plate and you just ate 600 calories and you were like, that was healthy. Like, it was light.
Yeah,
like,
it is sneaky.
it's a sneaky dish.
Yeah, what are you eating? Broccoli? Oh, and cheese. You're like,
No, I'm gonna be honest. Like I feel like you're a broccoli and cheese guy. Like you like it.
yeah,
Like you like broccoli and cheese. I'm surprised broccoli and cheese went like 4th pick in the draft, but it's something like now I wouldn't pick that 4th, but I could tell you needed that on your team. You know what I mean? So
it's because it's like a thing. There's no other meal really throughout the year where it's there.
Yeah.
It's very specialized to Thanksgiving for some reason. So, and the thing I like about it too, people can fuck it up. Like so when someone does it right,
It's wet for some
you're
reason.
kind of
it's
just like
watery.
you dap someone up, like you crushed that broccoli and cheese. It's not an easy. Yes, because the broccoli has so much water in it.
Yeah.
If you don't like let it properly strain out, then next it's just cooking in water. It's disgusting. So, yeah, if you do broccoli and cheese well out there, like that one's for you, and you know it is. So yeah, shout out. Are we including desserts in this? Should we? Out of respect,
I think
maybe
desserts are like undrafted free agents.
maybe round 5 if we need.
Yeah, they're like
yeah.
undrafted. They're
Okay.
like undrafted.
All right.
You know?
There's so many of them. We just grab one.
Yeah, I don't now pick number 5.
Well, maybe we do desserts on 5.
No, this is pick number 5 now.
Oh, total 5.
Now what we currently have on the plate
Mhm.
is we got sweet potatoes,
Yep.
mashed potatoes,
Yep.
potatoes au gratin. We got broccoli cheese.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
Well,
are we
that's
trying
that's the whole thing. But like, what is your team looking like right now? For
my
your
team
draft?
is looking. My team sweet potatoes au gratin.
Okay, and I'm looking at broccoli cheese and mashed potatoes.
So
We got some soft plates.
Yeah, we got some soft plates.
Like they go hard, but they're technically soft. Like at the
Yes.
moment.
But I'm gonna go out on a limb here, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna deviate from the sides, and I'm gonna add a protein.
Okay.
And
We have our first protein coming in.
All right, I'm gonna go out here. A lot of people go turkey, but I'm gonna go. A lot of people go turkey, but I'm not going turkey. Okay, I'm going honey glazed ham out the oven.
Okay.
Smoked honey glazed ham. It's a great combination with sweet potatoes au gratin. It's just a nice thing.
Yeah.
You know, somehow, but here's the thing though. This is a requirement is I want the ham to be like, I don't want a ham from the store. I want a ham that like I cured, like I made, so I can control the salt. Like you don't want too much salt, you know?
I don't know ham like you know ham. So people that know ham are listening to you going like he knows ham. He knows what he's talking about.
I look like I know about ham.
He's a ham guy. Yeah. Alec's a big ham guy. Listen, I think ham's a good pick because when ham usually gets treated as if it's the second best meat. Whether you're like a steak family or a turkey family, there could be a ham.
Ham's in reality, people go turkey Thanksgiving, but in this country, ham's for Jesus. Ham is for Christmas and it's for Easter. People go hard on the ham for Christmas and Easter.
I also think the ham tastes so good with all of the other items too. I don't know what, because it's like easier to chew and bite through. It's just, there's just something
don't
really.
Need gravy because it's not dry.
Yeah, for sure. So I love the ham pick. I think it's great. I don't know if it's too early for me to go protein, but I'm going to go protein on it. I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to do what everybody else wants for protein. I'm going to go, I mean, if I need to be specific, but I want beef. I want steak. I want ribeye. I want that. If beef can be the pick for me, I'm going to take that as my pick.
You're doing a rib roast.
I'm doing a rib roast for myself. So how about I'll call it rib roast. We'll call it rib roast because
prime rib. You're doing prime rib.
It's not prime. I don't think it's prime rib. It is a ribeye roast, which is technically not.
Prime rib.
Is it prime rib?
I think so.
I don't know. Something like that. Rib roast, beef with bones in it and fat and deliciousness and like a staple year round, not a once a year bird that people are about. Yeah. Because nobody ever walks away from Thanksgiving and go, man, did you have that turkey? Oh, turkey was no one's ever left Thanksgiving and been like, the turkey was my favorite part. And not a single Thanksgiving ever. It's overrated. It's overpaid. It's not sexy. It just knows somebody. Turkey feels like it knows somebody, and that's how it got its job. So yeah, rib roast for the people of America that love beef way over that sick bird that is a turkey. That's me. No. I like my plate so far.
Yeah, I like my plate too. I like your plate. You got a good plate.
Yeah.
All right, so right now I got sweet potatoes. We got potatoes au gratin. We got ham. All right, now we got to add a green to the plate.
Ooh, first green.
We're gonna add a green to the plate, but we're
See, I already did I snuck my green in. We talked about it.
I know. We're going to do another casserole, though.
Oh, I knew it. I knew the moment you said casserole and green, I'm like, he's already got it figured out. Dude.
Yeah, green bean casserole.
And is that as sneaky, though, as broccoli and cheese, you think? I think it's maybe a little less sneaky, but only because the tops, it looks a little creamier. You know, sometimes I think so. You're kind of like, it's not.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck about green bean casserole.
Yeah,
but I just want it there.
Yeah,
you know, I just like it. It just looks good on the plate.
Move it around with your fork a little bit.
I don't give a fuck about it. It's like, but I like it. I like it.
Ooh, man. Okay, dude. I like that you brought. See, I was like, man, I already got. I'm liking what I got. I got mashed potatoes. I'm getting hungry as we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Like just two thick dudes being like, man, what do you want to eat in 2 days? Mashed potatoes, broccoli, cheese, and then I got beef. I got a rib roast, and then now, so how do I add some pop to this plate that I got here right now? Something that's gonna smack. I got a good one. Yeah. This is a good one. This is gonna tie the whole room together. Cornbread casserole.
Oh,
because I needed a sweet. Because you got the best sweet 1-1.
I got the best sweet all time.
1-1 all time. This is no slouch itself.
No,
the cornbread casserole. It certainly does not necessarily. It can't go 10 rounds with the sweet potato casserole, but it'll maybe go 8, or maybe it goes 10, but it's obviously like got its ass kicked.
No. Let's be honest. Cornbread in general, or anything cornbread, is Hall of Fame.
Yeah, cornbread has
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
sweet potato casserole, Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
first ballot, same thing. Cornbread, first ballot, Hall of Famer.
But the sweet potato casserole is in that version of itself just better than the cornbread casserole.
It's
how do you beat that?
It's a goat level.
Yeah,
Greatest all time.
It steps the game up just a little bit more. So yeah, I'm proud of that pick. We're happy to have it, and man, I'm feeling like I got to really. You're up, but I'm thinking hard about this number 5.
I'm gonna go appetizer.
Oh,
I'm gonna
wow.
go appetizer.
Wow.
Okay, this is something you can put on your plate, but also you can munch on it while you're waiting for it. Right? We're gonna go deviled eggs.
I like that. That is good. That is a time of meal, like Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, but not only do I want to be,
It's not an after dinner thing though. If I'm being honest though, like
you might go after dinner. You might just see one laying around. There's a couple left in the thing, and you just go, yeah. You just go in for it. Because not only do I want to be full, but I want to have some eggs. I want to shit my pants. You know, it's full.
Don't get caught popping a deviled egg after dinner, because that's when people start looking at you and go, I don't know, is he okay? I think the post-dinner deviled egg is kind of a bad look, because it's also been out for a while at that point, and I think you get judged for that. That's why I won't do it. But
yeah, but everybody knows coming in there, you have to come in with a reputation. You got to come in with a reputation like, I love deviled eggs.
Yes.
I love them.
Talk a big deviled egg game, and no one's going to say shit.
They don't say anything. They're just like, he loves the deviled eggs. Like,
I like that pick. I like that you went appetizer at the end.
Yeah.
That's like you grabbed like the kicker. I like it, kind of like a punter, like maybe something like that. See, I don't know. What do I do here? I got my sweet, my savory. I don't have an appetizer. I got something so boring or kind of bland that I'm kind of feeling like maybe I shouldn't do it, but I'm just gonna do it because you always end up having one, maybe 2, maybe one beforehand. Definitely in the leftovers. I'm gonna go with dinner rolls. I'm going dinner rolls. I think there's so much you can do with them, and they're great with some butter. You know, you could put the mashed potatoes on it, the broccoli cheese, put your beef on there. You just eat one. You can raw dog one when it's fresh.
Yeah.
And it tastes delicious. I know it's not the sexiest pick, but man, does it hit. And everyone's going to have one this year, and I think it deserves its respect for sure.
Okay, so you're going dinner roll?
Yeah.
I'm going to go biscuit.
You're going biscuit?
But not just any biscuit. I'm going Pillsbury
tube. Wow.
Tube flaky, like the flaky layered ones. So like what it does is
you
like,
just made my pick look like a bitch. And it was even better. You went round 6. You didn't even realize it, but we just jumped to round 6. I'll grab a 6 pick too.
Yeah.
Fuck it, why not? Since you got that, because I like that you get the roll. I'm gonna throw some other shit at you. I'm gonna go. Can I just go with like, I don't know if you could do these together, but like a cheese and cracker.
Is appetizer.
Is that technically its own appetizer? I think so.
Yeah. I mean, but like, are you talking about like, let's get specific. Are you doing like, because I will grant you this. Are you doing cheese and cracker, or are you doing like charcuterie board?
Whatever, like wherever you're at, whatever they're doing. Like if they have a charcuterie board, great. If they just got a bunch of cheddar and some Ritz, I could fuck with that too.
Are you going to your homie's house who lives in an apartment, or are you going to your rich aunt's house? Because there's two different. I would rather types of cheese and cracker situations.
I would love a nicer charcuterie board, like prepreferably. That's nice when you get like a variety of cheeses.
It's got
I'm picking
dates
from.
on it. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's got like little flags that say like what you're.
Yeah,
eating
where
there.
it's from.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You're like, is that an Italian flag? You pick that up, you put it in your collar.
Yes, dude. 100%, bro. 100%. All right, so I guess that's us doing 6. That's pretty solid. That's honestly a pretty solid, like just that. And
Can we go desserts?
I think we should definitely go.
So you just went last, so I get dessert.
Yeah.
All right, now can I do like, because we did a meal, like it's like a
Don't
thing.
you dare do sweet
dessert.
Potato casserole again. I'd be so upset.
I got that. I can't do that twice. Okay, I'm gonna do. All right, this dessert has an option.
You can't say pie. You can't just say pie. It has to be a specific pie.
Specific pie.
Okay. All right. I was making sure you weren't trying to claim every
option.
pie.
No. I'm not trying to claim every pie. I'm claiming pumpkin pie.
Okay. All right.
Okay. With you get the option to go whipped cream or vanilla bean ice cream.
That's fine. That's a totally acceptable pick because that is an option. And honestly, over the 32 Thanksgivings I've had in my life, I would say every year maybe I feel a little different about what I want on it.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes it is just the whipped cream. That's light enough. It's all I need.
By the way, whipped cream, if it's my place, it's homemade whipped cream with vanilla bean in it. So it's like vanilla whipped cream. That's
the move.
Out of this world.
No, that's a totally acceptable pick. It's a great pick. I think naturally, you know what? I know what everybody thinks I'm going to pick as a dessert. Everybody thinks I'm going apple pie. I think everybody thinks I'm going apple pie right now. If I was the world, he's going apple pie. But I'm gonna.
But you're gonna go cannolis.
While I think that should have been 1-1 in general, I think we should eat cannolis every day. I think I think the world should have a cannoli for breakfast every day. That's how they do it in Italy. At least that's what I did when I went to Italy. Cannoli.
Because it is really, it's just cheese with a little sugar on a cracker.
It's great.
I mean,
it's part of my
cheese and
charcuterie.
crackers.
It's
That's
on my
what it
charcuterie,
is.
yeah.
Oh, dude, you got cannolis on your charcuterie board. You
How
got
come
mini
your
cannolis.
charcuterie board looks only like cannolis, actually.
His hat's fucking up.
I'm going with I'm gonna wait till the hat gets fixed. It's almost. Oh, you can still hear me. I forget. We're like end of play. I'm going with pecan pie, but also with the variety option of the Cool Whip or the ice cream because it also plays on that as well. Yeah,
that's good. I like that pick. Pecan pie is one of my favorites.
It's nice. There's like a creaminess kind of to it.
But like if I was going for me, I would have done something like that.
Yeah.
But I gotta remember, I got other people coming over. You know.
Yeah. Because I have a nut allergy person or something. And
they ain't coming.
Yeah, there you go. If you got an allergy, just stay the fuck out of my.
Don't fucking come to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, not at all. So that's a good. That's any other notable sides or items that we left out there.
Well, I'll just go with my plate. On my plate, we got sweet potato casserole, potatoes au gratin. We got ham. We got green bean casserole. We got Pillsbury flaky biscuit. We got deviled egg. Yeah. Okay. And then we got for dessert. It's just too much. Like there's no reason. Like honestly, like.
Is there any free agent
notable free agencies out there? Obviously, cranberry sauce is free agent.
Absolutely.
But that's everybody's got that on their team.
Yeah.
That's not something where I was like, neither one of us can own that.
Yeah.
That's like everyone's got to have cranberry sauce.
No draft should really include cranberry in any way for Thanksgiving. So
cranberry sauce. We didn't do turkey. Turkey's notable up there.
That's so great that turkey.
Hall of Fame player.
I'm glad it didn't get picked. To be very honest.
But honestly, it wouldn't get picked in this era. Because turkey is like old, like if you watch old sports from the 50s, you're like, this guy is the legend of that era. But like coming out, he's got a beer gut. He ain't doing shit against LeBron.
I think we just got so many more options available, and people are maybe like accessing information more too. You're like, wait a second, people aren't eating turkey on Thanksgiving. Like, you mean I can eat something else? So I think maybe turkey's behind us. Just to be very honest, but we'll see. I think it is a good reserve player for sure. Now stuffing didn't make the pick. That's what I was surprised about. I'm like, but that's also kind of a little boring too. And
which, by the way, my favorite stuffing isn't even kind of fancy stuffing. I love stuffing out of the box. I think that's perfected.
Yeah. No, I don't agree. I don't agree, but it does taste good. I just think when you meet a person that makes good stuffing, you're like, that's good fucking stuffing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If I made box stuffing and added like an extra thing to it, I could be like, this is homemade stuffing. You'd be like, this is fucking delicious. It tricks you.
Yeah.
I could give you box stuffing, say it's homemade. You'd be like, this is fucking delicious.
You think I got lied to? You think I've never actually met somebody who made
because people that make their own stuffing are like, I made my own stuffing.
Yeah. They will let you know. Yeah. They'll let you know they're Italian and that they made their own stuffing. Yeah, exactly.
They're like, I put it in the fucking bird. They're like, I put it. It's like you didn't make stuffing. You made crouton. You made boiled croutons. That's what you made. That's what I objectively had somebody say this to me at a Thanksgiving dinner. By the way, people, let's go back to people you don't want at a Thanksgiving dinner. You don't want pretentious food asshole at Thanksgiving dinner.
No way.
Because I had a guy say to me, I brought stuffing to a Thanksgiving, like a Friendsgiving. I made stuffing.
Yeah.
Brought it. Homemade. Baked the fucking bread in the oven to make croutons. Did the seasoning. Put in like fucking stock. Made a homemade stock. Did the whole fucking thing. Okay? And this guy goes, that's not stuffing. I made stuffing. I got stuffing out of the turkey I brought. It was actually stuffed into the bird. What you made is like crouton like he said, like he's like you made both or crouton casserole, and I go, does it who cares?
This guy sounds like the worst. This is the worst human on earth.
Well, he did this to me. It was like, I got a little heavy. He was kind of autistic because he like actually'd me. He was like, well, actually.
He actually'd you, and you're like, ugh.
And I was just like, yeah, dude, sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Spoiled croutons.
Yeah. If this would get you through the next year of your life, you can have this dub. Take the win on this, but God, I would have not eaten his stuffing just out of spite. I would have not had any. I wouldn't have had a single bite.
It was so good.
Oh, damn it. It was good too.
Yeah.
damn it, dude. I wanted to dislike him more.
Yeah.
Did you think about that right off for a second? Like, hey, maybe I just don't eat. Maybe I tell everybody else it's not actually real stuffing. Like, maybe you sabotage his stuffing.
Well, no, I didn't give a fuck. Like, he cared about it way more than I did.
Okay.
I'm just like, he was just like, it's like, well, stuffing actually is this. And I just went, damn, that's crazy. And I just ate a deviled egg. Like, and just walked away. Like, what am I gonna do? Get in an argument? What am I gonna do? Get in an argument with the autistic guy about?
No, you don't argue, but maybe you don't eat a stuffing. That's that. I probably still would have done it, but I would have. It would have been I would have gotten it on my second plate.
No, you eat all of it, so no one else can have it.
I would have gone with the. Did you try my stuffing? I'm like, no, but I'm gonna put some on my second plate, just to let them know it's like it's not part of my first team, but my second team gets some of it. So,
you ever make something? Speaking of this, all right, you ever go to like a thing, like a party, like especially now that you get older, you know, there's like when you're young and you go to a party, no one brings food. Everyone just brings alcohol and gets fucking hammered.
Yeah.
But as you get older, people are like, we're having a party, which means you got to bring a dish now.
Yeah.
Because people don't do drugs like they used to. so you got to bring a dish.
I think that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah. They're like, the person was like, I used to bring heroin, but now I bring little sandwiches.
Get these little salmon crostinis that I'm bringing.
Yeah, it'll literally be like a woman that brings little sandwiches. This woman used to be like, I used to just bring my pussy and mouth, but now I bring sandwiches. And so like she's like, now I bring sandwiches. You ever bring something to a party though, and then people don't really eat it, and then you're like, oh fuck, dude, I fucked it up.
What did I recently bring? I'm trying to think of what I've had somewhere. I don't know. I feel like I usually like to bring something that the people are gonna want. People are gonna like. I don't know. I can't. One time I brought. This was weird. I brought a bunch of ice cream cones to a 4th of July party and no one wanted them. That was kind of a disgrace to me. I ate like 4 of them, but like just like drumstick ice cream cones. Like I was just like, who wants some? Who want? And like nobody was taking the bait on that. That was kind of weird. Like everyone's outside in the pool, and no one wants drumstick ice cream. That was weird.
It is crazy though to be at like, and I know the type of parties you go to. It is crazy to bring drumsticks to like a hot person pool party. That is, I know the party you went to, and you can't just. Dude, those people, those 112-pound ladies, they ain't eating a drumstick in front of everybody.
Okay, yeah.
And then the dudes aren't either. They're like, how am I supposed to look like an alpha male fucking licking an ice cream cone? They're like, that's like, I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, that's probably why people were self-conscious of the ice cream cone. Yeah. I don't know. What else? I don't know. I really haven't. I don't think I've had something not get.
I went to a white trash, one of our mutual buddies. Mm-hmm. His girlfriend does parties. And she'll do themed parties because she's in her 30s. And that's what you do when you're in your 30s and you still want to have friends come over.
Yeah.
You have to plan a party out 2.5 months in advance, and then you have to have a theme. So the party was white trash party, and it was white trash dishes. And I brought something above and beyond the level of white trash that I feel like that they could comprehend. I brought mac and cheese and hot dogs.
Together?
Mixed in.
Oh, already mixed in?
Already mixed in with a giant bottle of ketchup. And then there was like a little sign next to it, and I wrote, you have to use ketchup. I was like, you have to put ketchup on it, otherwise you can't eat it.
and it was nice of you not to put it in beforehand, because there is a timing mechanism on that was important. What was the worst thing that got brought there?
Vienna sausages.
Yeah.
Like the little things.
I feel like there was just a lot of like variation of hot dog dishes.
Dude, my favorite thing that was brought there, somebody brought taco in a bag. Somebody brought like taco meat with a bunch of the little Dorito bags.
Oh my. Yeah, that's kind of nice too.
That's so good.
I mean, that probably was not, I'm sure nobody had.
It's always great to heat up a bag full of Doritos so you can get the BPA from the plastic
exactly.
directly into your food.
Nobody took a good shit the next day.
Oh, absolutely not.
That was definitely like an IBS party. It's really what that
it fucked
was.
Everyone's ass up. The toilet. I think the toilet. Not even from me. I swear to God, because there was definitely. I will say this. A woman clogged the fucking toilet at the party, and I had to go in and fucking. When I went in there, I had to go in and fucking.
Was it blamed on you, or did you?
No, I just went in. I walked into it,
and you knew, and you figured.
And me
and
a woman were making walk-in ice because we were out and back. This is how white trash the
so
party
you walked
was.
past each other and like you realized it was clogged and turned and looked and she was gone.
I walked
already?
past her and then I went in and I was like, this bitch fucking clogged the toilet.
She was the culprit and she was just
yeah, she was gone, fucking
Yeah.
scurried out of the house. And this is how white trash the party was. I was coming inside from smoking cigarettes and throwing fireworks in a fire pit. This is
and then
It
a
was
woman
full-
had clogged the toilet.
clogged the toilet. Yeah.
After you had just eaten mac and cheese and hot dogs
Yeah.
and taco in a bag. That is awesome. I love that. I think we could wrap up on that.
I think so.
That might be the best fucking ending to a story of all time. All right. Well, hey, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your picks. Greasy Alpha Podcast. See you soon.
Yes,
Good
sir.
night.